See how this is a large 12-14? So this is not a men's. You've got this button photo, which I have no idea what you're doing here. How's it going? My name's Sean. I'm a full-time clothing eBay reseller. And in today's video, for the very first time, we're gonna go over a viewer store. Dirk reached out to me on Instagram and he said, hey, do you mind looking at my store? He goes, I know I got a lot of things to work on, but guess what, Dirk? We're gonna check out your store. His store name is Lincoln Boone with an E, so we're gonna call it Lincoln Booney. That's just how it sounds when I read it. All right, guys, let's get into this video. All right, jumping into this, I want to give you guys a quick backstory on myself. This is my store, Taylor Exchange. I've been selling full-time since June 2021. I'm mainly a men's clothing seller, but I do sell some other items. My 90-day total is 50,515. It is down a little bit. My height for this year was 63,000. I'm at 158,389 sold for the year. So we're going to get right into Lincoln Booney's store, and here it is. So right off the rip, we're going to point out this pretty great looking picture here. Now, this is definitely in a outdoor store, probably in his local area, or maybe he got it from the internet, but that's a pretty good one. I don't know what it's like taking photos of like stores. I just remember when I was in high school one time, we tried to take photos in front of an Old Navy trying to flex, and the security guard said you cannot do that. So I don't know how legitimate it is to use this photo, but it looks tremendous. So right off the bat, that's good. I like his little logo here. This is probably a famous figure. I'm not a historical guy, so I really don't know. He's got 100% positive feedback, 134 items sold with 4 followers. I think it's good to have low followers. I'm pretty sure since I got on YouTube, the amount of guys and gals out there looking at my store is probably hurting my metrics slightly. So sorry that has happened to me, but you know what? That's okay. I knew going on social media that might happen. 207 items currently listed. And it looks like he's got some jeans right here, right off the rip, and it looks like he's using the gray background method, which looks really good. I think what we're going to do is go to his About page first. Okay, right here, December 1st, 2022, so a very new store. It is 2023 right now, and I think it's September still, yeah. So he doesn't have anything else here other than the top rated thing. So what I would recommend, and this is what I did for my store, I typed in a brief like store description, like an about me on ChatGPT, and then I edited it to how I liked it, and I put it here, and it just makes it sound a bit more legitimate rather than just kind of like about us, nothing, just like where you were when you started and that you're a top rated seller. But it's good to have this top rated seller. I think it helps a little bit. So we are going to go to feedback. Check out the feedback. You got 51 positive feedback in the last 12 months and 1 neutral. So let's just check the neutral out. And it's probably something ridiculous. It seems like it has shrunk or reduced, fit to small as described, compared same brand, same size. I get that one quite often too, so I wouldn't sweat it. Negatives are the ones that are really bad when you're a newer store. I recently got a negative in my store, and it didn't make any difference because it's such a big store. So let's go to the little store again. I call it a little store, like the little door to like walk into the store. So we got sorted by best match. We're going to sort by highest first, just to see what the best thing is you have in your store. So you have this Nike Air Force One Baby SpongeBob Friends Drip Creation Custom. Okay, so that's a really unique item. I do not like the background, mainly because it's white on white and it just looks bad. So like as your best item, I think this looks much better. You see how like the suit, this is a flight suit, pops out more than this one. Likely this was an older item that he did, like one of his first listings possibly. I would definitely switch this one up, and let's just look at this. So I'm not a shoe seller, but I can just tell you right off the bat, Nike Air Force One Baby SpongeBob. So you need to have the word shoes in there. Like this is a shoe. You don't even have shoes in there. Like, yeah, people know Air Force Ones, but shoes is a very good keyword to have. I like to do the capitalized case, and that means the first letter of each word is capitalized, and that will help tremendously. So, I mean, even as basic as Nike Air Force One shoes, men's size, whatever, or depending on the size, you know, you would do that as well. And you would want Nike Air Force One men's size, like, what is this, like an 8 or something? Let's see. Okay, right here. Okay, so size 11. So yeah, you're definitely going to want to have that there. So it's like your best item. The reason this probably hasn't sold is because you don't have... there's a lot missing from this. One, it says new with box. I would put the box underneath the shoe in the photo so people can see the box. Because sometimes if people are spending this much money on shoes, they want to see the box in good condition. And we'll cycle through your photos. Right here we have off to the side, straight ahead. And you see how the background just looks like kind of cheap. I mean, these are $200 shoes. You want to make this look a lot cleaner than what you got. But they are like nice. Like that's a pretty good photo, but it doesn't show off the SpongeBob. So, I mean, like as a profile picture, you could do that in reverse maybe. And that would even look cool to stick out. But yeah, these are extremely clean. And they look good. They got the inserts there. There you go. So like I would much rather have something like that as like the profile picture than even what you had. But I would just set them on the box at the slight angle. The 3/4 angle is a good one. Exactly. Like this one likely is, in my opinion, a better one. And I like how you put so many photos in there. It's really good to take advantage of the added photos. I think you can do 24 now on eBay. But this is a big deal too. So because you have all this writing here, this is what I like to do. And I know we're spending a lot of time on this one, but this is just kind of hitting me. So you want to have the box here with the SpongeBob people showing, and you want to have it at that slight 3/4 angle. And then the very second photo that you need to have needs to have anything that's like a defect. So this box having writing on it, I don't know if it's supposed to be there, but this, in my opinion, is like a defect. You want to show off what might be wrong with this, because this is one thing somebody could say. Also, just like the overall box condition could be a defect as well, because some people buying this might be collectors where they don't even wear it. And that would be in the second photo. And the reason I do that in the second photo is because right away they see the item they want, they see the price they might be interested in, and then they see right here, oh, this box looks kind of messed up. I'm definitely not going to go for it, because then you'll end up getting returns and stuff if you do it otherwise. But all right, let's move off the SpongeBob ones because that was likely an older listing. You have this, and you can see here you're already doing a little bit better with the size. You're still missing the word shoe. I think shoe is very important now. Got to ask a couple shoe sellers, but I think that one is right. The flight suit, I've sold many of these. This is a flyer suit, so it looks pretty good. I do the order of mine based on like Daily Refinements is kind of who I've modeled my business after, and a lot of things that he preaches is brand name. And I'll just tell you what mine is. Mine is going to be like flight suit, and then it's going to be men's, like gender, then size, then color, then any other features. Let's dig a little deeper into this one to see the actual item descriptions and item specifics. All right, so here's your condition description. Now, condition descriptions are pretty important. This says use an item that has been previously used. So it doesn't look like you have a custom one on this one. Storage, you have it in tote B. That's interesting that you can put that in there. Huh. Okay. And then the brand, you put military issue. Likely these have brands. Like sometimes it's proper. I mean, I guess if it's like an authentic military one, I suppose you could put this. But they also have like production companies that supply the military too. So this right here, it says item description from the seller. This flight suit is of high quality and durable military issued item, perfect for collectors of militaria. Sage green color, FR. So I don't know if you did the AI description, but like this is pretty good. This suit's a size 40, comes in the form of coveralls. This brand is not specified. Okay, the brand's not specified. So that might be better to have that first. You know, you always want to indicate what might be wrong with the item really quickly, like ideally in the condition, but you wouldn't put the brand's not in the condition, but you would want to put any flaws. So looking at the photos here, you have it on this nice wooden hanger. And then here, that's not the greatest photo. Like it'd be better to either take it off, like when you measure it, or it seems like you're measuring it up top, like while it's hanging. I would try to get this photo much better because this is like all the details. And yeah, you can read it kind of, but it'd be better not to have that bar in the plate in front. Like this is a much better photo. Here, patches. It looks really clean too. I've definitely seen some of these in much worse conditions. So it seems like you're doing a pretty good job taking a lot of photos. That is good. This one here is not like the greatest because you can see the rest of your photo setup, but I understand not having enough room because these are pretty long items. But yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'm surprised it hasn't sold. It's probably a little too expensive. You can also put costume in these, or like, I mean, Halloween, because a lot of people buy these for Halloween costumes. So now that October's coming, Halloween season, that would be a good one to kind of just add that keyword. Might help it out a little bit. All right, so you have this Disney Parks red and silver. So this background's now like a wooden background. So we've changed it up a bit, and it seems like you have a couple different photo setups. So I like to have it all pretty, consistent if possible. You know, maybe you can have all the hard goods in like a different type of setup. All right, so vintage Disney Parks red silver purse bag, retro punk Mickey silhouette chains. So it kind of sounds just all like jumbled. I try to make them sound like a little bit better. So you could put something like vintage Disney Parks purse bag, you know, bag purse. I don't know exactly what it's called, like a clutch or whatever purse, I guess. And then you would want to put like red, silver, retro punk Mickey, or you could even put like vintage Disney Park Mickey purse, and then put, you know, all that other stuff. And silhouette, you didn't capitalize. I would definitely have that there. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty detailed, like, it's a detailed title for sure. So I guess that works. I don't really put like all the keywords. I mean, I guess that's a good strategy. I put like a few. Shown pretty well here. The inside is good. And yeah, the Disney parks. So I would almost want the Disney parks tag closer to the front, because yeah, it's obvious it's Disney, but there's a lot of fakes with this. So like, it might be better to have that closer to the front so people get like a good idea of like, okay, yeah, this is the right tag. Because I don't know if it is the right tag or not. So yeah, pretty good job here. We're going to look at a few more, like more common ones, probably in that first page, but let's just go to this one, lowest first. So this is going to be your cheaper items. So it looks like you're doing some auctions here at 99 cents. So you likely got these in like a lot maybe, and you just said, hey, I'm going to put them on auction and see what they do. So we'll just check out this car. This car's pretty beat, but it looks like it's an old one, 1977. So you have all these different photos. I think it'd be good to have that one as your second photo, in my opinion. Because like if someone's buying this, they're probably collecting it, and like they might not care as much about like all the damage, because it's clearly damaged off the first photo. So if they clicked into your listing, they want to know if it's real, because they don't need to know if this side has a cracked window. Like, it's better to see that, in my opinion. And yeah, you have 99 cents. You have $5.56 shipping, which I didn't see the shipping on the other one, so maybe I need to click into that. Let's see details. So you ship everywhere. That's good. Don't know if you exclude certain ones. So yeah, I did the same thing here based on Daily Refinement, one of his old videos. That is kind of what I did. So I wonder if you're doing international direct, because I've considered actually adding that into my business, but I used to get a lot of messages with like foreign languages, and it would really confuse me having to translate and all that stuff. Shipping $5.56 is pretty decent for this, I guess. And you have 30-day returns with money back. So if you're going to have 30 days, you might as well just do 60 days. It's only going to be beneficial. And if someone's returning it, it's usually the day they get it, or they're the troll people that return on the very last day. But they'll remember whether it's, you know, the 29th day or the 59th day. So best to do 60 days returns if you're going to do returns like this. Some people don't. Money back, and then buyer pays for return shipping. I actually have that same setup, I believe. I don't know if I have free shipping or free return shipping. I think I have buyer pay shipping. That looks pretty good there. Hopefully this one goes. You got 2 days left. Yeah, good luck on the car. Let's see. You have a couple video games here. This is a DVD. And see, you got another background here. This car photo looks tremendous, by the way. See the difference of like these two cars? See how the back is kind of blurred? That looks tremendous compared to that, in my opinion. But yeah, really good there. And you got some more of these. Okay, American Eagle t-shirt. I wonder, this must have been before you were doing the hanger, I would assume. You have $3.99 with $6.25 shipping. So let's check this out. And the listing, this must have been one of your first ones. So because you have such a small store, I would recommend going back to some of these listings and changing them. And if you don't think this shirt will sell, because look, it does have a flaw here, but I would put this one at 99 cents plus shipping, because I mean, it's an American Eagle t-shirt. You're going to want to capitalize American Eagle. I just put short sleeve shirt. I don't even put t-shirt. And then I put men's size. I don't put size, but men's extra small. And see how that one's blurred as your second photo? That kind of tells the buyer like you are in a rush and don't really care too much about it. And then you'll want to put blue at the end there. So for me, I mentioned it before, I always put the flaw photo right here in the second one so that people can see it. This is good measuring though. Don't know how important this one is, but I suppose it's good. And you don't have the pit to pit. So the pit to pit would probably be a little bit better than this photo here, but I guess that kind of represents the pit to pit, but people like to see it just because it's a more standard thing. And the way that I found out what the pit to pit and stuff is, I just Googled what measurements for shirts, and then they have like a diagram that shows all the different ones. And that's how I figured that out. So let's go, since these are likely your older ones, we're just going to skip ahead to this one. And I'm curious of why you put $9 even instead of like $8.99. I mean, I guess it's personal preference, but in my opinion, I just went with what a lot of stores do, like throughout my growing up. I mean, everything is always like 99, and I think it's got something to do with like buyer psychology with it. So let's check this Carhartt short sleeve shirt. So it looks like you've added much more keywords as this is your newer listings. Carhartt men's pocket t-shirt, large, red, loose fit, short sleeve, casual, outdoor. So try to make it just sound a little bit better, like flow a little bit, you know? So you could put like Carhartt short sleeve shirt or t-shirt, and then you would put men's, and you can put just an L for large. You don't have to write this out to save you some space. And then you would want, I always put size large, and then I put the fit after it because it's a large slim or a large loose or relaxed or trim. And then I put red, and then you could put casual, and if you wanted to put outdoor. That would be at the end, these two. So that is my opinion of how to write those out. And looking at the photos here. So it's a great first photo, to be fair. Like, it is very centered. I mean, it looks really good. Like, I can tell this is a clean-looking shirt. It pops off the background. I like to put the tag size different. Ooh, see how this is a large 12-14? So this is not a men's. This is a kid's. So see size 22. So Carhartts are huge shirts. And a size 22 pit to pit, like that's typically a men's medium. But because this says large 12-14, it's either a women's shirt or it's a kid's. But I think it's a kid's shirt. So this listing will never sell because of that. This is incorrect. I cannot tell this little flaw here, so that's kind of a problem. Like, I have no idea what you're pointing to. Is this a run in the sleeve? Likely. Yeah, and a construction shirt, like a run in the sleeve like that, isn't going to change it. The reason this isn't selling is because it says men's and it's not a men's. Okay, and then I'm wondering how you're storing these, because I imagine since you had bin on the other one, you're probably just putting them in a bin, but there's no SKU photo, so I'm wondering if you just have all your shirts in a bin and then you have your other ones. So like once you grow and your store gets over like a few hundred items to 1,000, if you decide to go that big, it gets a lot more challenging storage because you don't have it like filed. Like a lot of people file it much more detailed than that. So interesting here that on eBay it says breathe easy, returns accepted. Like it's kind of bizarre. They're trying to like make you feel comfortable about you as a buyer. I just think it's odd that they have this. Okay, coming down here, item specifics. So you have a lot more here. Condition, it still looks like you're just not putting anything in the condition. I would recommend putting something. Yeah, okay, so you put tote F in storage. Interesting. I wonder if this is like, is this one of the added ones? Because they have, I'm pretty sure they have a SKU area, unless you have to be a certain type of store, like a size store, but usually there's a storage. Yeah, that's interesting. So you're putting it as like an added description, which I don't know if it really hurts the listing or not, but it might confuse some buyers. So you have short sleeve, Carhartt red, knit, not vintage, graphic, no. Okay. And you have where it's from. Family, I don't know if Carhartt family is correct. And then solid crew neck, large cotton polyester, logo. And then you have the brand here. So you have character here as Carhartt. Okay, so you can eliminate a lot of these, and this will help your listing speed. So what I would have going down here, I would have short sleeve, color red. I would not even put fabric type. I wouldn't fill out no for vintage. I just wouldn't even have it in there, because when you have less of these, it looks cleaner. So I'm gonna go to mine just to show you a Carhartt shirt so you guys can see the difference. Carhartt shirt, men's. Okay, so we need a short sleeve here. And yeah, I know the sleeves don't look great. I changed to a flat lay. I'm not hanging mine anymore. But let's look at, where is it? Where do I see oh yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, so see how mine is got less than yours? I'm gonna go back to yours. Okay, so see how you have all these listed and it looks a little more cluttered? Like, see how clean mine looks because it has less? Now, I'm always trying to reduce the amount of like clutter I have on this. So like this accent being a logo, like you don't necessarily need that. So I probably could take that off. Pattern solid. I do put crew neck, orange, features pockets. So yeah, I mean, I've added actually a little more to this, but sometimes I don't put cotton. Sometimes I don't put accents. Condition, see the seller's notes? So right here, I have this one that goes on all the items. It says, this item is used, therefore measurements may differ from new condition. Please see measurements in photos. If you're not sure about the size, flat lay an item of your own and compare measurements with ours. So I have a new little spiel that I write out. So this is actually what I have now. So please see second photo for potential flaws. And then I say this item is used, therefore may be torn, stained, or have holes. And then I say item measurements and color may differ from new condition. Please see measurements in photo. If you're not sure, compare your own. So I changed mine up most recently just because I used to put, if there was a flaw, hole on front, hole on back. Now I don't have to put any of that because it's already disclosed on every single item that if there's a flaw, it's going to be in the second photo too. Second photo. So that is something I've added to my store, and it's just an improvement because I wanted to save the amount of time of writing like the actual flaw in the condition, but I want to have it noted like, look, there may be a flaw in this because it is a used item. Here we go again. Item description. This Carhartt men's t-shirt is perfect for outdoor enthusiasts who want to remain comfortable yet stylish. This sounds like a ChatGPT type of thing. If it's not, if you're writing this out, I would recommend changing. You guys can kind of see my store just on how I do it. Right here, item description. Carhartt short sleeve shirt, men's large, original fit, orange. Our items are carefully examined, measured, photographed, stored in a smoke-free environment. We do our best to describe accurately and measure approximately at the time of listing, but just in case, we offer 60-day free returns on unused, unworn items. That's kind of just to deter people wearing it and returning it. 100% authenticity guaranteed. Items typically ship same or next business day. Please contact me first, and I put it in blue. That's actually Facebook blue color. This auto-populates. I have videos on how I do my listings, and maybe I need to put an updated one, but I'll auto-populate this much like the condition description with text blaze. That can help you out. But yeah, you just want to eliminate the time you're spending on a lot of this stuff. And here it says 2 small stains on the right sleeve. This needs to be in your condition. They need to see that right here when they get into item specifics before they have to go all the way down, because they may not even read all this. And then they don't see the flaw. It's not in the first couple photos, and then they return it, but it's already getting returned because the size is wrong. So pretty harsh on that one, but that's just what it is. All right, so that wraps up this shirt. Let's see if we can look at another one. And you know what? Maybe we should see how many items are selling. Like, look at, I know you're improving, but this photo compared to this one, you're better off going back and fixing some of these rather than just like hoping they sell. Unless you want to discount them like heavily. But you see, it's a couple different backgrounds, and I get it. You're making changes. At least you're improving. Let's check out a pair of women's jeans. I used to sell my fair share. $12.45 shipping on the women's jeans. Now, I don't know if you have calculated, and this is just coming from a far distance, but that's pretty aggressive because you can do flat rate envelopes. And I don't know if you're in the US, it said US seller. So yeah, this is a bit egregious. And I say that because I have $8.99 shipping, and a lot of people say the shipping is high. They don't really say it for jeans, but they do say it for shirts. Okay, so I like where you're going with this. You go right to the brand to show people, hey, these are a pair of Tommy Hilfiger jeans. I know you can see the logo here, but like this legitimizes it in my opinion. And then you show the front pocket here, the other front pocket. I would say you probably don't need this pocket, but you definitely would kind of want that pocket. Here we go with the material tag, which is very important on jeans, size 8, inseam A. And then you have this tag. I used to take these photos. I don't take these 2 photos anymore. Now, some people may be against that, saying the RN is super important, which maybe it is, but I don't do it. And then you have the measurement here, which is really good. You have a bunch of measurements. So this is good. A lot of people want this kind of stuff. So you do outer seam and inseam, and then boot. Very good. Definitely more time consuming, but that should help with the sale. The other thing is, you got to remember, like, you're not getting a lot of money for this kind of jean. Like, I don't know if it's selling for $25. And we can kind of check that based on looking up the comps. So I wanted to do this too, just to show, like, people wonder why their stuff's not selling, and I can show you really quick here. Tommy Hilfiger women's jeans, size 8, blue, and then used. So that's just kind of a generic search. Okay, and it's boot cut. So we'll throw in boot cut because there is a lot coming up here. Boot cut, 543. Now yours might be a little older than some people's because the tag looks kind of old, but we're just gonna go off of this and look at advanced. We're gonna go to solds, and this is me searching the comps on this item he has listed. And I would do this in the store. 15 sold, and you have 500 and something listed. this item may never sell. And you pulled your number from somewhere at like 25 bucks. So when we look at the highest jeans sold, this is from the UK. This one is an American seller. 24 plus this. Like, I get it that you're trying to like get it sold at a high price, but the likelihood of yours selling, and these even look a little different than yours because it has like some of the washes are darker. So let's check theirs out and see what's so special about this one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's got the same front pocket, I guess. So yeah, maybe, I don't know. I suppose you saw this one and you're like, you know what? I'm going to price mine a little less than this. But I don't think that jean's ever going to sell. Like, I would never pick that up to list. It's too low. Even with my confidence in selling, there's no way I could do that. So, not a great item. And then that's what a lot of these are. Like, just looking at the items, Miss Me's for 32 bucks, like, it's not, those don't sell for that much. It would have to be like a certain one. And let's see if this is the one. It would have to be probably like an Angel Pocket one, I think, is the only ones I even consider looking up. So it does have quite a bit of stuff here, but I don't think this is the one. Yeah, this is pretty tough to get. I'm not going to look that one up because I know it's not going to be there. Let's see, Worldwide Sportsman's. I've sold those before. I've sold Carhartts. The Untuck It, this is definitely right up my alley because casual button-ups is one of the number one categories. I'm in like the top 30 for those. So let's see what we got here. Untuck It shirt, men's small, pink blue plaid, long sleeve, casual button down, top C. So top C, I don't know if that's your SKU. Maybe. Pretty good looking photo, like very clean. It's a very clean looking shirt. I can already tell it's like in good condition. Measurements look good. The sleeve, I get hit on a lot by buyers saying they want the sleeve measurements, and I just tell them to find somebody else because I don't like taking it. So this photo here, not sure how important that is. The cuffs, you probably only need one of these cuff photos, and then the back. So I think it's a good listing for sure. I think your centering is a little off on this though. You could definitely make this more centered. Just kind of, just like go up with the photo a little bit. You have $6.40 for standard shipping. I suppose that's fine. It's a bit odd of a number, but maybe it beats out some other people. $24 for this. I can tell you this is overpriced. This shirt likely sells for like $22, including shipping. Maybe $25 on a good day. But because it's a small, the pink blue looks pretty good. And there almost looks like there's something going on with the back. Is this just me? Is it just my computer? Let's see. Does it look like, is that part of it, or does it look like something's going on there? I don't know. You let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. But yeah, it's overpriced, man. If you want to sell that thing quick, like, it's going to be better. And then you just followed suit with like these other ones. Worldwide Sportsman is a lower tier kind of thing. Let's see, you got a jacket, you got some Under Armour stuff. These are priced okay. Let's see. Express Rider, Pearl Snap, men's, 25.10. So yeah, I don't know what your markdown strategy is. Women's shirt, V-neck, short sleeve. So yeah, and the thing is, like, if you can get on the same flow, like it looks like you're trying to get there with the button ups, the same pattern of like how you do your listings. And you don't have to do it the same way I do it, but that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Here's a Ralph Lauren. Let's check this one out. So this one's priced more accurately, in my opinion. Now, these Ralph Laurens that don't have the pony on the front, I have stopped buying them. This one is the vintage tag, I believe. Yeah, I mean, these shirts are okay. This is the 17.5 by 33. I never put the 33 in there. The 2-ply stuff. I never put by Ralph Lauren either. I put just Polo Ralph Lauren. You've got this button photo, which I have no idea what you're doing here. Yeah, it's not terrible. This photo needs to be centered if you're going to put it there. I don't think these ones are the best ones. I would kind of avoid these. You could probably price it at like $9.99 and try to get it sold. But like, I don't know how much you're spending on these either. And then your description for this one, designer shirt, perfect condition. Okay. It looks like you've kind of like gotten away from some of the longer ones. That's still pretty long. And the condition's still the default one. The fit, you said classic. Is it classic fit? So it's low L. I don't know if low L is Polo Ralph Lauren's classic fit, but that plays a big factor because Ralph Lauren's are usually like different sizes. Like it may say, one size, but end up being like way bigger. So Not really sure. You kind of have to look up the sizings. This theme stuff, colorful classic designer, I don't think is needed. A couple of these aren't really needed, but overall, let's go back to your store and we'll check the like how many you're selling. So the way to do this is go to feedback, and then I think you go here, positive, and then you kind of just look from here. So feedback received 46 as a seller. And then that's in the last 12 months. So you kind of calculate that based on the amount of items listed to kind of guesstimate the sell-through rate of your store. So let's just look at some of the ones you have sold. So you sold this Hot Wheels, so that sold for 15 bucks. That's really good. Duluth Flex Firehawks cargo pants, that's a good one. You got great seller. Says fast shipping, perfect, fast shipping. Exactly what, that's probably the best one. Exactly what's in the picture and what I wanted, quick delivery. That's one of the best feedbacks you can get. Fortunately, he didn't spend a lot of money on that. Ooh, you sold that jacket. Yeah, that's a good one. Call of Duty Ghost, $2 plus shipping. Here's one that looks good. 24 bucks for some golf pants. Oh yeah, these are definitely in people's thrift stores. I see this one a lot. So yeah, it looks like you chose to do measurements first, which that's a pretty good strategy too. I've actually employed that a little bit. I've told Randy to kind of go with measurements first. Coin pocket, inside pockets. So yeah, definitely really detailed. Tons of photos, back pockets. Yeah. So the other thing is like while you're doing some of the pockets, like some of the photos, you want to kind of knock out all the ones that you can get to first. So like the tag photos are all going to be like together because you're inside like the pant looking at the tag. So you're not jumping around all over the place. And that speeds things up a little bit. So you got like $30 for this? That's a really good sale on this one. Nike Golf Dry Fit Pants men's 40, 30. I like to put the X 40 by 30 because that's what people are used to seeing. Say 40 by 30. And then I like to put the actual measurements though. So this one is actually, okay, 40 because that's the overall because you didn't do the inseam. This is one of your older ones. Now it looks like you're doing inseam, but yeah, a lot of people go for inseam over overall. Anyway, not terrible, man. I think you're on the right track. I think you're doing really good, Dirk. I think one thing you could do is kind of like clean up some of your older ones. Try to wash those out of your store because some of them are bad items and some of them you might want to just take down and donate and then really start focusing on like sell-through rate. Try to get your title structure a little bit more uniformed. And then when it comes to photos, just continue like making sure everything is centered and that like the important stuff is shown. Make sure the flaw photos are in like the second slot or at least to the front, and then maybe consider like having a condition description that kind of embodies like what your store is about a little bit and the potential for a flaw. Or if you want to write the actual flaw, you definitely want to do it in the condition description. Hope this was a good review. First one I've ever did. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. If you guys are interested in this kind of video, please reach out. You can leave a comment, say, hey, I'm interested in one too. You can say, hit me up on Instagram. I'm not going to review everybody's store, but from time to time, I think I'm going to do them. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.